How doing? Good?
Pretty good. How are you?
Not bad. I told him I was going to do 2 shop videos a week, and I haven't done one this week, so I figured I would at least do one. Maybe I can record us going to Hickory and running a few laps, and then deciding on tomorrow. I haven't even gave him an update on Deuce at all. It looks a lot different last time you've seen it.
Yeah, I think it looks a little better.
Yeah. What's going on YouTube? Landon Huffman here, back with another race shop video. It is Thursday. I've been slacking a little bit. I told you guys I was going to have 2 shop videos a week this week, but we've been working really hard, and it's been tough to record. So I'm in the shop now with Gut, and we were getting Deuce ready to go test at Hickory today to shake down, because we're going to try to race it tomorrow at Anderson Speedway in Anderson, South Carolina, which we went there for the Marty Ward race with Jasmine before we got it running better. And now we've got Deuce back ready from the crash a couple months ago at Tri-County. We've got it put all back together, so I'm going to show you guys that. And I guess just kind of give you a debrief, because we were just told that we can't go to Hickory today. They have a commercial shoot from 4 to 10, and the weather just now stopped raining. So I'm going to show you around the shop, show you all the progress we've made, and then you'll have a race shop video coming at you tomorrow. There's last weekend's feature winner. First and a third place finish for Jasmine. So definitely a big step in the right direction with this car. Finally got us back in victory lane. We are not racing it this weekend. Our plan is to race it next Saturday at Tri-County for their Firecracker 150 4th of July race event, which is 125 laps of late model action. It's their crown jewel race pretty much at Tri-County for the weekly. So I'm looking forward to that. And then obviously Gilbert, which Keenan Tully drove to a 4th place finish at Tri-County in limited late model, career best for Keenan, which is pretty badass. He's getting better every week. And then you guys have not seen this thing in a hot minute, but this is Deuce, which last time you seen it, the body was flying off of it down the backstretch at Tri-County. So basically complete rebuild, straighten the rear clip, fix the front clip, had to put a new shock mount in it, new down bar, and he's ready to rock and roll for 50 laps of late model racing at Anderson tomorrow. I'm a little aggravated with Anderson because they normally do a 12 to 3 or a 1 to 3 practice session on Friday. Keep in mind, it's a Friday track. So it makes it a little bit easier for someone like me who is driving 2+ hours, about 2.5 hours, maybe a little more in the van, down there to race on a Friday, that if we just group practice together, I can get, you know, an hour or 2 hours in the morning and not have to worry about it. Well, they canceled that because they put a patch down on the racetrack of basically like sackcrete, and apparently they're claiming that they're worried it's going to come up with the heat, which is going to be hot no matter what. So instead, they're giving anybody that can make it 3 hours of practice this evening on Thursday, and obviously we can't go down there on a Thursday, so I'm not going to be able to make it. So we're trying to go to Hickory to shake the car down, and then I guess we'll just be flying blind 10 minutes of practice down there at Anderson. But a little aggravated that they couldn't just give us an hour or something like that, especially for those of us that are traveling. But it is what it is. I guess they're, you know, taking precaution on the racetrack, and that's their call, not mine. So we'll just see what happens. I've said this in, I think, the last video, but this entire body, minus the right front fender and the left rear quarter panel, is completely reused from the wreck at Tri-County. So those of you that are budget racers, be proud of us, because we're budget racers too. We make shit happen. The only thing that was torn up really on this greenhouse, you can see the scratches on the back window, which, whatever, ain't nothing. And then we've got obviously some road rash on the greenhouse and some dinks and dents, but could have been a lot worse. And then this thing had a tear off on it, so it actually saved the windshield. That's the only scuff on the front of it. So it kind of got lucky there. As you can see, we've got Seth's day off, pool day scheduled for Saturday. So no racing on Saturday, just tomorrow night at Anderson, if we feel like the car is good enough tomorrow morning to or when we practice. If we feel like it's good enough. And that motor that's in there is actually a Chevrolet upgrade engine that came with Deuce when we got it. So we've never ran it. I have no idea if it'll even run. I mean, we fired it up, obviously it sounds good, but no idea if it's even gonna be any good. Went back to the old school high rock scheme that we ran last year outside of the Navy hood, because when we raced this car the first time, the whole front end was Navy, but I wasn't about to rewrap all that shit. So now we just got a Navy hood, which I still think looks all right. I think it probably look better with a white hood, but it looks all right. I'm pretty biased because I guess it's my car, so I'm always going to be biased, but I do think that the high rock scheme like just the simple scheme with the mountains on it, there's something about it that just looks good. Like, you know, it's a high rock car when you see it. And I think that's one of the biggest things with a race car paint scheme, especially one that's ran more than one time, is, you know, how well do you recognize that car, and can you associate it with the sponsor immediately when you see it? And I feel like when people see my race car, they know that it's sponsored by High Rock Vodka, and I think that's a win-win. So that's kind of what's missing these days, especially when you have race cars that run, you know, one paint scheme and then they're done. At least at the late model level, we have the luxury of, you know, selling a sponsorship for the whole year. Gus said this earlier, but this is the first time in the history of Huffman Racing that we have 3 of our own cars all race ready in a row. 3 engines in them, all set up, all race ready to go. It's a record. In the last video, I showed our new Longacre scales, which are right there in that box. Shout out to Longacre for hooking us up. I talked about moving them into here. We got it cleaned up, mopped up, and everything. So we haven't quite got there yet, but we are in the process of moving our scale area into what was the paint booth now that we've leveled it out. So that's a little update on that. Hopefully in one of the videos in the near future, we'll be setting it up and using the scales. Need like a seasonal sponsorship. High Rock Vodka all year round, all the time. And then like through the months of June and July, Corona. Maybe grow my own limes. I don't even know that's possible. And then Bush Light, somewhere mixed in there, probably. All right, that's gonna do it for this video. I know it was probably short. I don't know how long it ended up being, but I wanted to give you an update since I haven't this week, and kind of let you know what the plan is this weekend. If tomorrow morning goes okay at Hickory, we don't have any issues out of that motor, and then no issues with the car. First time on the racetrack since we crashed it really hard. So if we don't have any problems, then I guess we'll trek down to Anderson, South Carolina and run a 50-lap late model race tomorrow night, and then we're off the rest of the weekend. But if it doesn't go well tomorrow morning, then we're not going to go race. And then next Saturday, we'll be at Tri-County Motor Speedway for the Firecracker 150. I'll be running late model, 125 laps, and then Keenan Tully will be in our limited late model. I'll talk to you guys, obviously, between now and then. But thank you so much for watching this video. We're almost to 30,000 subscribers. So if you guys are watching this, you're not subbed, make sure you hit that sub button. And hopefully we can continue with this momentum that we have now, build off of our win last weekend, and have us a good run tomorrow if we end up racing. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.